So hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. And this one I kind of want to discuss the raid we did yesterday. So for those of you who do not know, we decided to combine our two raid groups from my previous guild with another 10-man raid group from a different guild, and we formed a 25-man semi-hardcore raiding guild. And I want to talk about everything, the bosses. I will go over them one by one, the atmosphere, and just everything. So first of all, we got up to Malorak. We did not defeat Malorak yesterday. Hopefully we can kill him today. Then hopefully we can do spoils, and we're gonna try Talky. Now, as you can see, I don't have the footage. I just can't record 25-man. It's not because of the overall FPS. That's actually okay for me. I have around 35 during fights, which is acceptable. It's not the best, but I record at 30 FPS, so it doesn't matter. The problem is the pull. Okay, chain lashing from shamans causes some weird thing to happen, and my screen freezes frequently until the last storm lash is down. So I kind of have to figure out how to deal with that and how to fix it. And until that is fixed, I won't record anything because it just looks horrible. Okay, I basically use cooldowns, then I have a 3-second freeze, then I fire off one spell, I have another 3-second freeze, and it's not lagging, the screen just freezes. Okay, so that's a big issue for me right now. I'm trying to fix that. I'm working on it right now. So until that is fixed, I'm not gonna record any footage from that. I would really love to get some more Boomkin points of view, but that was the thing. I actually expected us to do a lot worse than we did, because when you take 3 raid groups that don't know how the other raid groups work and how they interact, and you expect them to kill heroic bosses they basically never seen before on 25-man, yeah, you're usually gonna fail. That usually doesn't work. Okay, it's a 25-man pug basically. Okay, you have no idea what their healers are like and what they're doing, what they like to do, what they don't like to do. So you usually expect this to fail pretty badly. But we got up to Malorak. We almost killed him. We had him on like 1%, which is a good achievement in my opinion. That was actually pretty good. Now I want to talk about the bosses. So Immersus on 25-man heroic is piss easy. I'm going to explain to you why. The biggest problem with Immersus and this 10-25-man raiding difficulty was the room, the size of the room. The room is too damn big, and it pretty much forces you to bring 3 healers, in 10-man. Which is a big deal because you're gonna lose a lot of DPS. Because 2 healers can't cover the whole room. You need 3 healers to cover the entire room. If you don't have that, you either can't do the second phase very efficiently, or some people are gonna die. In 25-man, that's not a problem. Okay, also the corruption ads that spawn in phase 1, there's the same number of them, they just have a bit more health, but you have a ton more people, so these are just useless. They don't do anything. And probably the biggest thing that I've noticed was how fast we killed him. Now, it's not because we had a shit ton of DPS and we sacrificed a couple of healers. We actually had too many healers. Okay, our monk said that there was nothing for him to heal. He was overhealing the entire time. So we had too many healers actually on Immersus. I think up until like Malorak we had just too many healers. But the thing in 25-man is, I don't like to say that phrase. Every time I say that, a little bit of me dies inside. So, Immersus, really easy, because in second phase, he has the same amount of corruption, but you can cleanse more of it. Because there is more ads, there is more healing blobs, and there's more DPS blobs. I think he was dead after, like, the second phase 2, and that was it. We just went in, he splits, and then we purified the shit out of him, he reforms, and he had like 20 energy, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? So he splits again, and then ta-da, boss dead. I was like, what? Well, that was pretty fucking easy. So that boss is so much easier in 25 man. It's not even funny. Then we go on to Fallen Protectors. Once again, these guys have more health and hit a bit harder. Okay, and things like the keg smash, something keg toss from Rook. He throws more kegs. Big deal. But once again, much easier, because one of the hardest parts of this fight is to actually survive their transitional phases. Rooks is probably the hardest one, because there's a lot of things that can just insta kill you if you're not careful. In 25 man, not a big deal. No, in 10 man, oh shit, Jimmy died. In 25 man, Jimmy died. Wow, whatever. Continue. So it doesn't really matter if someone dies. If you have 4 people dead, it's like, well, we have 4 people dead. Big deal. Ooh. So the phases felt much easier, because you still have 3 ads. You have to interrupt them, and you have 25 people to do something. You don't have 10, you have 25. So that fight felt a lot easier. Then I was benched for Norushen, so I have no idea. I think they had 1 wipe. By the way, Immersus and Fallen Protectors, one-shot it. For Norushen, I was benched, so I think they had 1 wipe, but that's about it. I don't know anything else. Shah of Pride, I think we had 1 wipe because of derpiness. Just straight up derpiness. No big deal. And Shah of Pride is more panicky, because you have to split the raid in 3 groups instead of just having 1 group stacked up. You have 3 groups, and more people means that more shit can go bad. Someone can fuck up, and so that's the only thing that makes that fight harder. But you have a lot more healing cooldowns. We have a lot of boomkins. We have a lot of shamans. We had like 2 paladins, so we had a shit ton of raid cooldowns just from DPS players. So it's always helpful. Then Galakras, we had a really dumb wipe on Galakras, because in second phase you split into 2 groups, and that's it. You run the crazy ball of death, the fiery ball of death, over players. It loses stacks, it explodes. For some reason, the first fucking guy that gets this ball runs away, and it just explodes and kills like 2/3 of the raid, and we're like, what the fuck are you doing? What just happened there? So it was pretty annoying wipe, but no, it was the only wipe. Then we killed him, so that was our second pull. Iron Juggernaut, I think we one-shotted that, and we didn't do the fat boss tactic where you get flung away by the shock pulls. We actually stayed near the boss, and we dodged the bombs in second phase. That was a lot of fun. That fight can be really boring when you're doing the fat boss version or the pussy version, where you get knocked away by the shock pulls and then you just stack up and heal it. It's much more fun when you have to run around, you have to think about the shock pulls, and you actually have to do things, be awake. It's much more fun. The boss dies a lot faster, which is a thing as well, because, the less time you can spend on this boss, the more time you can spend on other bosses. So we one-shotted that as well. Then I was benched for shamans, so I have no idea what happened there. I had to restart my computer, so I wasn't on TeamSpeak. I have no idea what happened there, if they wiped or not. Then Nazgrim, I think one-shotted that? Could it be? I think we one-shotted that. And that fight is not a lot easier, but it is easier. Okay. It's not, I don't think that it's too different. It's not different enough from 10 man for it to be of the same difficulty. It felt really sloppy. The attempt felt really sloppy, and just kind of like whatever. There's just so many people. You have so much CC for the assassins and everything. So it was much easier with the number of people that we had. And then Malorak, and Malorak actually feels easier as well. Now, there is a higher chance that someone will fuck up. That's a given. You have more people, that means that more people can fuck up. But, and this is a big but, you have, I think, 5 purple zones that you need to soak, which is 1 zone per 5 players. In 10 man, you have 3. Okay, I think you have 5, you might have 6. But it felt much easier to soak it. Okay, because you just have more people per soak. So, usually we would go, usually would have 2 people soaking 1, and it was fine. We had enough healers, and it felt okay. The problem is when a particular part of the room just derps out, and people forget to soak. That's how we died. We basically failed on the tactic. And that has to do, with the fact that we just took 3 groups of people and we put them together and we expected them to do well. We did well enough, okay? But when you're playing with someone for a certain amount of time, you get used to them. You know how they think, kinda. You know what they like to do, what they don't like to do. So it's much easier to predict if they are gonna soak something or if they're not gonna soak something and stuff like that. When you're playing with people you don't know, that's a hard thing to do. So we fell there with a couple of wipes, but we got him down to 1%. So today I think we're gonna kill him, if I'm not benched, because I had a beautiful hat trick there and I got a lot of shit for it. Okay, now here is the thing. My old raid leader is now an officer, and we have a new raid leader, and I think that guy is from the other guild. There is less of them than there is us, but their guy is a raid leader, which is just fucking stupid, I might add. But I got a lot of shit from that. And what happens, when you combine this, the raid leader kind of overlooks his guys and he focuses on your guys, because he knows that his guys are kind of capable of doing that. He doesn't know that about you. So I got a lot of shit for dying 3 times in a row, because I died. It was our last pull. There is a repair bot and I'm like, it's the last pull, who cares, right? I'm gonna repair after the raid. So I'm looking around, Malorak, and what happens is it's me and a warlock on one of the slices, or in one of the slices. To the right side of me there is a druid, and there's supposed to be a hunter, okay, from the other guild, but he's not there. So I constantly have to go there and soak shit because the druid can't. When he gets 2 pools to soak, he's fucked. So I'm constantly running over there to, soak the shit that the hunter is supposed to soak. And I don't know where the fuck the hunter is. Okay? And when I'm going in there for like the 3rd time, I walk over an orb. But because the hunter is not there and the druid is soaking his puddle, I have to go in. And I know that I will die. So I go there, I die. What I didn't notice was that it broke some of my gear. Now, that's where the problem started. They resurrect me, and I'm like, okay, fuck, what happened? Suddenly I have 400k health. That's not good, because the shield on Malorak, the maximum shield you can get on Malorak is 100% of your health. So my shield is a lot lower. Now, I start healing myself, and I have to soak another puddle. Once again, the hunter's puddle, but he's still not there. So I go there, and then I realize that I have 400k health. and I have only orange shield. So I start bitch healing myself. I start hard casting healing touch. I still die. And before I was able to say, don't res me, they resed me. And my gear was red, and I went just, nah, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna soak something, I'm just gonna run around, and I'm gonna keep you know, an eye on things, and if there is a puddle that needs to be soaked and no one's going to soak it, I'm just gonna jump there and die. And I did. And suddenly I got just huge amounts of shit for not doing that. Now, you know, why didn't you repair yourself? And they start giving you advice like you're a fucking idiot, you know. Oh, do you know that it's really good to repair your gear even if it has 50% durability? Yes! Yes, I fucking do! Yes, I fucking do, Mr. Obvious. Thank you very much. I am now a better person thanks to you. So, I got really pissed off. You know, I get really pissed off when someone is trying to tell me something like I'm a 5-year-old idiot. And he's like, oh, maybe if you did this, it would be much better. I'm so much better than everyone else. Yes. So I got really pissed off. But I didn't say anything, you know. I didn't want to go, well, maybe if the fucking hunter was where he's supposed to be, I wouldn't die. Your fucking hunter, Mr. Raid Leader, was fucking around somewhere else, doing something else, and I died because of him. Well, fuck. You know, discipline your fucking hunter. So, that was a thing. Also, if you're not a moonkin, Mr. Raid Leader, you have no idea how much fucking time it takes to get ready for a pull. Okay, you have to run there. After, you know, wipe. You have to run there. 3 Astro Communions, which is 12 seconds. Food, which is 10 seconds. And buffs. Yeah. It takes a lot of fucking time. So usually, when I don't see, you know, the, what's it called? Like the mannequin, you know, the gear being broken. When I don't see it, I don't bother. I just run in as fast as I can. I prepare, so, you know, I am ready as soon as possible. So, you know, it was the last pull. I was like, nah, whatever. Fuck it. So I died 3 times, and I got a lot of shit for that. And I was really angry. And it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the fucking hunter that was supposed to be there, but wasn't. Okay, if he was there, I wouldn't be forced to soak the fucking puddles. I wouldn't have to run between like 10,000 fucking balls on the ground, and I wouldn't probably died. But you know, I still died, which was terrible. So yeah, today is another raid, and I feel like if someone's gonna give me even more shit for it, I'm just gonna lose my shit and I'm gonna flip some fucking tables. So yeah, that is a thing. So the conclusion is 25 man compared to 10 man seems, you know, easier. You still have to think about the idea that you have more people and more people can fuck up because of it. But the bosses, the design was made, I think, for 25 man, and then it was kind of cut for 10 man. You know, it doesn't really feel the same as it is on 10 man, because on 10 man it's a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? Intense. You know, it's a lot more tense, because if someone dies, oh shit, Billy died, the world ends, you know, everyone dies, everybody's dead, Dave. On 25 man, just like, yeah, Billy died, what an asshole. Resurrect him. Oh, he died again? Well, res him again. He died again? Well, res him for the 3rd fucking time. No big deal. You know, 5 people are dead, man. You know, doesn't matter. They're not too important. In 10 man, someone dies like the world is ending, cataclysm is coming, there's a huge gaping chasm, you know, going through the house, swallowing me whole, and I am dead. So, you know, 25 man seems easier, but, you know, it's not that big of a difference. You know, it's slightly easier, something is easier, something is a bit harder, but generally it feels easier. It's not too easy, but it feels easier.